Hey guys, it's Annie and welcome to week 1 of my free 28-day manifestation challenge. You can sign up using the link down below if you have yet to do so. After you sign up, go look in your email, check your junk folder, type in keywords, just make sure you find the welcome email and move it into your inbox, because every week for the next 4 weeks, I will be sending out assignments with each weekly challenge video. Also in that welcome email, there's a link to join the Facebook community for the challenge. There are already a ton of people in there. That's where a lot of the support and action will be. The purpose of it is to just have like-minded people to support each other, to raise your vibration. The more active you are in there, the better. You get what you put into anything. Like, if you want to get a lot out of this challenge, do the work, show up, even if it's uncomfortable, especially if it's uncomfortable. Anyway, if you're new here, I am a certified life coach and I specialize in helping women overcome anxiety and limiting beliefs so that they can finally let go of the things that don't serve them and make room for what they really want to manifest in their lives. That's kind of what I want to help you with over the next 28 days. And don't get me wrong, you can make changes in 28 days, but it's a continual practice. And really what this challenge is about is starting to create healthy habits and have awareness around how your life is currently going, and again, letting go of things that aren't helping you so that you can change your life and you can have the things that you want. So for today's video, there are different things I want to talk about, but let's start with the things that you don't want in your life. There are things in the law of attraction and manifestation that people are getting wrong. They think, I can only focus on positive thoughts. If I have bad thoughts, that is bad. If a bad emotion pops up, I need to push it away because I can't have that. Like, it has to be good all the time. That's not the case. There is no healthy world where you just are happy and blissed out 100% of the time. And if that's what you're aiming for, you're going to fail, because being a human, you get to experience all of the emotions. And one thing that you really need to realize is, let's stop labeling the lower emotions as bad. The sadness, the anxiety, like half of what gives them power is labeling it bad. Like, I'm experiencing this, this is bad, my life is wrong, everything's wrong. It's not bad, it's part of the human experience. So first of all, I want to bring awareness to what you feel. What do you feel in your body? Like, just take a moment with me, because we're all so buzzy in our heads all the time. We're all caught up, continual loops of thoughts, playing out scenarios in our minds. I want to put that on pause for a second to the best of our ability. Put the thoughts on pause, and in this moment, feel into your body. And some people are like, what does that even mean? I mean, like, what do you feel internally? If you were to scan through your body right now and just take note of what you feel. I feel a little scratchiness in my throat. It doesn't feel like tightening. Sometimes with speaking in front of people, there's a tightening sensation. I experience that often in front of real people. I mean, I know you're real people, but right now I'm talking to a camera, so I don't feel too much actual tightness, but there's a little bit of scratchiness. Sometimes if I'm experiencing anxiety, the sensations feel very buzzy in my chest and constricted and like just like electric. I'm not feeling that. My chest is really calm right now. I am feeling some tension in my solar plexus area, so my diaphragm. That's a lot of times where people experience the sensations that come with anxiety. I am feeling tension in my diaphragm, so I'm noticing that. And just scanning through your entire body, what do you notice in your body? Do you notice any tension? Is it just numb? Some people are completely numb to what they feel in their body, and we want to switch that around, because in order to manifest what we do want, we want to be able to feel good things. But if we're feeling just numb, how do we feel the higher vibrations, the higher emotions? And when I talk about higher vibrations, that's just like the higher emotions on the emotional chart. You want to be able to feel those things in order to attract the things that you want. But first, it's like, what are you feeling now? Do you feel any tension anywhere? Notice that tension. Sink in, like, let yourself feel that tension. You have to let yourself experience being a human. And there's this saying And it's what we resist persists. So if we're resisting feeling the quote unquote bad things that we're labeling as bad, then we're just blocking everything. Let yourself feel those things. Like, actually embrace those feelings at times, because sometimes the best way to work through them is to let yourself feel them. Like, I'm feeling a tension in my diaphragm, and I am sinking into that feeling. I'm almost giving it like an energetic hug, like leaning into it and fully feeling it, because half the time we're just afraid of feeling. But if you let yourself feel consciously and know that it's okay to feel it and support yourself in feeling it, sometimes, and by sometimes, most of the time, if not always, that's the best way through it. Not by suppressing it, not by putting it off to the side. Again, what we resist persists, and what we just shove down stays there. It bottles up until it explodes. So that's why let yourself feel things as they come up. Your body's never gonna give you more than it can handle in the moment. And as I'm feeling this tension in my diaphragm, and like energetically hugging it and letting it be there and not labeling it as bad, I'm also reminding myself, like, I can relax that area. A lot of the times, those areas that we're feeling the tension, we're physically holding our energy, like our breath, contracting our muscles in that area. So can you like release that area a little more? Breathe into that area, like create more space in that area, wherever that may be. Maybe your diaphragm, maybe your heart, maybe your throat. Just give that area attention. And this wasn't gonna be a part of the challenge, but I just decided that the other day I kind of impromptu style recorded a little guided meditation for this lovely girl that I did a one-on-one call with. And so I'm like, hey, want me to just like voice memo you the meditation we did in the call, and I'll just send it to you? So I'm going to re-record that on the voice memo of my phone and send that out in the homework, because I think that's one thing. Louise, what do you have to say? Anything? Okay, good. She just loves her attention, doesn't she? I'm happy that all of this is happening. I'm happy that this isn't perfect. I'm happy that Louise is making noise. I'm happy that I'm telling you that I'm going to voice memo record a meditation, because that's part of my message that I want to get out to people. Things don't have to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Perfect is what ruins all dreams, because perfect isn't real, and we're like, I can't do that thing until it's perfect. I can't have this until, you know, it's perfection. Let's let go of that. So I'm going to send you a little meditation. It'll be probably like 5 to 10 minutes, and I want you to try to do this quick meditation. I'm not gonna say you have to do it every day, but I will tell you, meditation, daily meditation, has changed my life. All I ask is that you give it a try and see how you feel in your body. Like, notice how you feel in your body before you do the meditation, and then notice how you feel in your body after you do the meditation. So I'm just nudging you. Try out this meditation. It'll be quick, and I think you will notice a difference in the way you feel in your body at the end of it. So I'll send that out. And from there, I want to bring awareness to the things that you need to let go of in your life. Part of the assignment that you'll be receiving, I'm not gonna really go into detail because you'll get it in the email if you're part of the challenge, but it's to look at your life and do somewhat of an inventory on what you need to let go of, what you need to address, what's not serving you, what beliefs are holding you back. Because that's all of that junk that's weighing you down. What do you need to release? You need to release this junk to make space, to actually make space for what you want in your life. Because if you're being held down by all this stuff, you don't even have the space in your energy and in your life for the things that you want, because you're so consumed with the things that don't serve you. So get really clear, make a list. That'll be part of the homework. You'll see in the email again, of what's not serving you. What beliefs do you need to let go of? What relationships aren't serving you? What toxic relationships are you like, because this is something I dealt with. It's like, I'm in this toxic relationship. Like, it's getting better. It doesn't feel great still, but it's still very toxic. And like, I'm just gonna like not talk about that ever because it'll hopefully work itself out. Guess what? It never worked itself out. Like, the situation got better, but it was never good. And it wasn't until I released that my life radically started changing. And it's not like I'm telling you that in this 1 week you are going to just like drop everything that doesn't serve you. Also, yes, I have a clown nose. It was my aunt's. She passed away and I'm holding it for good luck. But I'm not saying you have to face all this stuff right away in this week, but it starts with bringing awareness to it. And I challenge you, you don't have to openly admit it yet, but write down that thing In the list of things you need to let go, write down that thing that you don't want to talk about. Write down that thing where you're like, I don't even want to acknowledge it. I don't want to go there. I don't want anyone else to acknowledge it because I don't want them to hold me to that. I don't want it. But at least you bring acknowledgement to it for yourself. That's where you start. What do you need to let go of? Physical things too. Like, what physical things in your environment are you holding on to that doesn't serve you? Like, that's one thing that you can even do this week if you want. Go through your space and clear things out, clean things out, cleanse things, get your space nice and tidy, and then do an internal evaluation. And again, I'm not saying drop all these things right away. It would not be healthy if you were just like, oh, here's the list of things that are horrible in my life. I'm gonna let them go. Like, let's just drop them and walk away. I would not expect that to be a healthy strategy. Start with acknowledgement, and what little things can you start letting go of? Maybe it's thoughts that you have. Maybe it's thoughts like every time the thought pops up in your head, like, I'm not good enough. Challenge that thought. Challenge that thought. Like, your mind starts going off and it's like, you're not good enough. And you're like, no, I'm letting it go by acknowledging it, and bless and release it. But things like that. And it's a continual process over life. It's not, again, just one thing you do this week and you're like, okay, I got rid of everything in my life that's not serving me. No, step by step. I don't want you to think this whole challenge is like, I'm gonna make you face your demons the whole time. That is actually a piece of it though. And that is a piece that takes longer than a week. And this is a 4-week challenge. So it's a lot of things kind of condensed in a small amount of time. So don't worry, we're gonna get into the happy manifestation stuff. But again, you can't just pile on the happiness on top of the heaviness. So let's let go. Let's let go of things first. And it's okay. Again, in the manifestation law of attraction world, people are like, no, don't focus on anything that's bad. Be bad, labeled bad. Not actually bad, it's just part of the human experience, but don't focus on anything like that. You can bring awareness to things, awareness into wanting to let it go. There's a difference between hyper focusing on things that you don't want and throwing yourself a pity party and like hating life, and bringing awareness to things that you're trying to suppress so that you can finally actually deal with it and let it go. So that's gonna be fun. It's okay though, because we have the Facebook support group to support each other and to realize that we all have stuff that we're holding on to. I have fears that I'm holding on to that I'm trying to slowly let go. I was just on a call with someone the other day and they're like, how do you do it? How are you just putting yourself out there and confident and all this stuff? And I'm like, I'm terrified half the time. This does not always feel great. Like, I don't have confidence all the time. Half the time I'm like, this feels terrifying to admit and to show up in this way, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because if I didn't do it, I would be sitting in bed all day long, not doing anything with my life. Being brave is not about not being afraid. It's like you still feel the things and you can feel terrified and all of the emotions, but you still are like, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna face the fear. The more you do it, the more you let yourself be uncomfortable but still do the things that you feel pulled towards anyway, the less that those emotions take over your experience and sabotage you. So there's that piece. But then I also want you this week to really feel into what you do want. You're letting go of what you don't need in your life, what doesn't serve you, the energy that's weighing you down. So what is it that you're making space for when you're doing that? If you're letting that stuff go, what do you want to make space for? What does your heart feel called to do or to have or to experience? I want you to dig into some of that as well this week. And I want you to get very clear. Are these things that you want? Maybe you don't know what you want, and that's okay. Follow like the breadcrumbs of joy. What are things that make you happy? What are things that you love to do when you were a child? Like, explore some of those ideas. But then for the people who are like, I know what I want you to question what you want. Are you like, I want that thing because everyone in society wants that thing, so if I get it, everyone's gonna think like, wow, they did it, they're worthy? Or yeah, or is it like something that your parents have put on you? Like, your parents wanted you to have this, marry this kind of person, have this kind of career, and that's why you're striving for that? So question the things that you want. Do you actually want those things? Is it society, parents, ego, or is it from your heart? Do you feel pulled to something because you're like, this just feels like it's meant for me? I have passion for this. Maybe it doesn't make sense, because I will tell you, the stuff that's actually meant for you, like from the heart, that is what you can easily manifest when you let go of all the limitations. The things that you want to manifest from the ego, like I've even looked at some of the things on my vision board and I'm like, I don't even resonate with that stuff anymore. Like, it'd be cool, I can go for it, but I don't like care. I'd rather be happy, and I am happy, and I can still have those things and be happy. But if you're like, I need to create this thing in my life because I said I was going to, and then that'll show I'm worthy, no. Like, what do you really want? What you really want can come so easy to you. And what you really want from the heart, it's meant for you. And the universe, God, whatever word you want to use, they're going to assist you in that if it's something that's truly meant for you from the heart, from your soul, for your purpose. And you don't need to know your purpose right now. Again, follow like the breadcrumbs of interest. Like, that's the groundwork. Like, of course you can just do what we've always talked about. Why does this light keep flashing? You can do what we've always talked about and just like focus on the good things and what you want and write about it all the time. But if you want to do the deep work that will change your life and your emotions at like a soul cellular level, then you want to do this stuff. You're probably like, crap, this is not what I thought this was going to be. But if you're not willing to do the work, what are you doing? Would you rather just wait around your whole life hoping that it changes? Or that you start feeling different based off of things and material objects you get in your life? Like, again, you can manifest all the physical things, but if you don't deal with your emotions and the junk and like really feeling into what you really want, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're gonna feel like crap. So let's do the actual work. And that's what today's video is really about. But yeah, trust me, the next several weeks, we will get more into scripting. I will be giving you scripting prompts. We'll get into visualizations. I'll give you a guided visualization. We're gonna do all of that stuff. But first, we need to address the elephant in the room, and that is the junk that you don't need to hold on to anymore. And the desires that you don't need to hold on to anymore that aren't even yours. Like, what do you actually desire? Yeah, Louise, you tell them, like, follow your heart, not your fear, not what your parents want. Like, what do you want? What do you want, guys? Anyway, that was the lesson for today. It's gonna be a fun 28 days though. So don't you worry, and we have a group to do this together. How exciting! I'm gonna be releasing the things that don't serve me. I'm going to be like deep cleaning my space, letting go of physical objects, owning up about fears that I have. Like, there are a lot of things that I hold back with you guys because I'm like, I don't want people in my life to know this. Like, this is scary. Like, what if I'm rejected? And you're gonna see in this month, like, I'm going to be facing a lot of fears. So I'm doing this with you guys, and we're in it together. That's for sure. Anyway, I hope you officially will sign up for the challenge so you can get the homework, because doing the work, like, you gotta do the work. You gotta integrate and incorporate it into your actual life. It's not about just listening to a video and taking into your brain. Like, we can know all the things, but if we don't actually incorporate it into our lives, it's not gonna happen. Knowledge without integration does nothing. So join the challenge, do the assignments, interact in the group. That's how you change your life. But that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this challenge. Let me know down below one thing, just one thing that you want to release from your life. What is one thing you need to let go of, and what is one thing you want for your life? One thing you want to let go of, one thing you want to create. Leave those down below, hit the like button, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, guys.